Hello, my name's Randall, and I'm the Director of Partnerships here at Echo. We firmly believe that the church is God's plan for bringing attention to the work of Jesus, for making disciples, and making His name famous across the world. There are many ways that as the bride of Christ, the church accomplishes this mission. Throughout Scripture, God has consistently directed His people to care for the vulnerable as a means of bearing His image, putting the gospel on display to a watching world. Everyone who follows Jesus has a role in caring for orphans, widows, and the defenseless as an avenue to proclaim His gospel. At Echo, we hold high the truth that the church is the bride of Christ, and we want to serve the bride as a bridesmaid by coming alongside churches as a resource for her to proclaim the gospel through caring for orphans and vulnerable children, whether it be through adoption, fostering, orphan care, or adoption and counseling. Our mission is accomplished when we help churches live out the gospel directives in their communities and to the ends of the earth. Andy Stanley, pastor at North Point Church in Atlanta, has this to say of caring for foster and adoptive families. As a pastor, as a church planter, of all the things I've seen, there isn't a more important thing we do as a church. Now, there are many ways the church can get involved. We've linked a document in the comments for you to review with a host of other ideas. But in this video, we're going to highlight just two of them: CarePortal and our Ambassador program. We know the only way families and children in crisis will ever see lasting relief is if the church steps in consistently and appropriately. But it's tough, right? I was in ministry for nearly 25 years, I get it. Adding another ministry usually requires significant direct pastoral involvement and a heavy lift of recruiting volunteers and even more work training and maintaining the ministry. Often this means that if it does get off the ground, the ministry effort fizzles out, not because the pastor doesn't care, rather because he's one man with a lot of spinning plates, and starting a new ministry is another plate to keep from crashing to the ground. What if we could help your church start caring for families with people you've already got who are already passionate about the work, just need resourcing? And what if your senior pastor could be only as involved as he wants to be? See, we've never wanted to burden pastors with one more ministry to lead or manage. It rarely works, isn't replicable, it is not sustainable, and frankly, it's not the way the Bible teaches. That's why we developed the Ambassador program. This strategy empowers and equips volunteers or other leaders to identify needs, match them with resources, and increase the influence of your church within its immediate community. We do the heavy lifting of training, resourcing, and connecting, leaving your church to do what it does best: care. Here's how it works. We consult with your team to help identify candidates to fill the role of ambassador. Once the ambassador is identified, we prepare them for what the role will require. We help them with the process of recruiting, onboarding, and training the team of 3 to 5 individuals who will be providing care to families in need. They are the child and family advocates. As part of the onboarding process, we'll help advocates identify needs in your church and your community and understand best practices for how to meet them. We host a monthly video call with other area ambassadors and advocates to pray together, share wins, and help address challenges. We also host a quarterly in-person luncheon for ambassadors and church and community leaders, sharing and discovering new resources for meeting the needs of families in crisis. Schedule a call with us to explore this program further. The link is on the screen and in the comments. Now, the primary resource that we use to identify and meet needs is an app called CarePortal. CarePortal is a dynamic tool used by child welfare professionals to submit vetted requests to caring individuals in churches across the area, giving your church the opportunity to be at the point of care for your city's most vulnerable. Your church will identify a primary point person, typically the ambassador, who will respond to requests as they come through. But not only are you able to respond to needs generated from child welfare, you're also able to make requests for families inside your church. So for example, when a single mom walks through your doors this Sunday in critical need of care for her and her little one, your ambassador is able to help mobilize the church to quickly provide for their needs. Every response your church is able to make to serve a vulnerable family in your community is another opportunity to put Jesus on display. And the technology behind CarePortal makes it so much easier. We can get your church registered with CarePortal during your ambassador onboarding, but you don't have to wait. If you'd like to register with CarePortal now, and I encourage you to do so, click the CarePortal registration link in the comments. Well, we're so excited to partner with you and your church. We hope to add fuel to your flame as you light up the dark places with the love of Jesus. I'll close with this passage from Isaiah 58. It sums up perfectly the aim of all of this. It says, "Some of you will rebuild the deserted ruins of your cities. Then you'll be known as a rebuilder of walls and a restorer of homes."